Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman here in Washington, D.C. for the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. Bear with us, and we'll get started very shortly. And Ron McGrath has arrived. We're glad to see you, Ron. And Ron McGrath has arrived. We're glad to see you, Ron. I see you made it just in time to catch the big train. We have a 2 p.m. start. I hope you understand. We are at Griffith Stadium in Washington, D.C., nation's capital. Red Sox won the first 2 games of this 3-game series. They won the first one 8-1 and the second one 5-1. And this is the 3rd and final game of this series. The Washington Senators will try to avoid being swept. And it's the final game of this date of games, 1911, April 15. The lineup's in about 5 minutes, but what I'll tell you now is that Ray Collins is starting for the Red Sox. Collins has no record. And the big train, Walter Johnson, for the Washington Senators. And he also has no record. This is each of their first starts of the season. I got my coffee brewing. And it's a beautiful day. Clear skies here in the nation's capital. And we're getting ready for the big train. Walter Johnson, the youngster. In real world, he was 25-13 with a 1.89 ERA. Keep in mind, he was in a very bad team, the Senators, who came in second to last. I believe it was second to last. God. Yes, it was, as you can see, if you can see. They came in seventh, and the Red Sox were 3 games over 500. So they're about an average team. But again, the big train, 25-13 on a very poor team. 1.89 ERA, 37 starts. He had 207 strikeouts in 323 innings pitched. This was at the beginning of his career, and I think he ended up having a higher rate of strikeouts as he went on. Let's take a look. Here we go. In 1910, he had 313 strikeouts in 370 innings. Oh my goodness. But his rate, his per inning rate was not that high compared to how many strikeouts he had. He had 3,509. Just the sheer innings pitched gave him all those strikeouts. I mean, he's still a good strikeout pitcher, but he's about, less than one an inning. About 0.6 an inning or something. His biggest record, as far as I'm concerned, not only did he have 417 wins, but it's 110 shutouts. No one's come near to that. And this will be our first chance to take a look at the big train. And Kathy Harden has arrived. Oh, is it a good matchup, all right? Oh, indeed. And both the starters, with their batteries, are warming up on the sidelines here at Washington, at Griffith Stadium in the nation's capital. It's a beautiful day for a ball game. Ray Collins, his first start. He's a good pitcher. I mean, he had a 2.40 ERA, pretty good. And Johnson, he's great. So we're looking forward to this ball game. I'm going to go over the opening lineups here. Lord. Let's look at these opening lineups. For the Boston Red Sox, again, the Red Sox came in seventh, came in like fourth or fifth. They were 3 games over 500, so they're a decent team. Leading off is Larry Gardner at second base. He's a 2. Batting second is Harry Hooper. In right field, he's a 1. Tris Speaker, the Hall of Famer, batting third, he's in center field. And Kathy Harden has arrived, indeed. The cleanup hitter is Duffy Lewis, he'll play left. Clyde Engel batting fifth at third base. Rip Williams batting sixth at first base. Steve Yerkes at shortstop batting seventh. Bunny Madden doing the catching. And the pitcher is Ray Collins. He's a 2WL, 5 in the field. For the Washington Senators, leading off Clyde Milan, and he's in center field. It's a AA stealing. Germany Schaefer bats second, he's in left. Batting third is Kid Elberfeld at third base. The cleanup hitter is Bill Cunningham, and he's at second. Warren Miller batting fifth in right field. Batting sixth at first base, John Henry. Batting seventh at shortstop, George McBride. Batting eighth and catching Walter Johnson, Eddie Ainsmith. And the pitcher, the right-hander, the big right-hander, the big train, Walter Johnson. Ray Collins is a southpaw, and Johnson is a right-handed pitcher. Got about 6 minutes until game time. I don't want to start yet because, some people who may come expecting it to start at 2 p.m., they come in at 2 and then they see the game is underway. They're saying, what the hell's going on? I have my coffee brewing, and I don't know what your drug of choice is, if you even have one. But if you do, I say fill up. And we'll get this ball game going. It's a beautiful afternoon for a ball game. Again, this is game 25. It's only the third date of the season. It's the final game of this date. And we're glad to bring it to you. A nice crowd of about 8,000 have come here to Griffith Stadium in Washington, D.C. I'm going to go get myself a cup of coffee and get ready, and we'll play some baseball. Stand by. Oh, that's good coffee. Oh, real good coffee. Oh. Okay, the starting pitchers are done warming up. They along with their catchers have gone into their respective dugouts. And in just a few minutes, I expect the Senators to take the field here at beautiful Griffith Stadium. Whew. Okay, the Washington Senators have taken the field. And it's big Walter Johnson on the mound. Throwing his warm-ups. And he's ready. And leading it off is Larry Gardner for the Boston Red Sox. That's how I would do it if I had the patience to just have it continuously, if I had the money or whatever it is. Have every freaking one of them coming up. So Larry Gardner leading it off for the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox have won the first two. It's not surprising. Much better team than the Senators, but Senators hoping that the big train can bring them a win here, a big W. And Kathy Harden for the Washington Senators. And I mean, I am for the Washington Senators, absolutely. Here's Larry Gardner to lead it off. The big train with that sidearm pitch. Here's the wind-up. And the pitch to Gardner. 3-10. And it's a right-hander. He grounds it to second for Cunningham, who throws it over to Henry. And that's one away. Can you believe we've already played 24 games just from this replay? So Gardner is retired. And here's Harry Hooper. Left-handed hitter. Harry Hooper. Okay, Johnson is ready. The pitch to Hooper. And that's 2-8 right-handed, and that's going to be hit deep. Ho-ho! To right field, going back, and Miller flags it down. 2 away. Nice catch by Miller out in right field. 2 up, 2 down, and here comes Tris Speaker, the future Hall of Famer. I'm just kidding. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't frickin' know that there'd be such a thing as the Hall of Fame. And in fact, tomorrow are the inductions, if I'm not mistaken. The big train. Here's the wind-up and the pitch. 2 greats, Johnson and Speaker. The pitch to Speaker. That's 110, and he pops it up to first. And Henry makes the catch, and the side is retired. Johnson retires the side in order, as we would expect him to. After a half, it's Boston Red Sox nothing. The Nats coming about. Here's Ray Collins now, his first start of the season. And leading it off for Washington is Clyde Milan, left-handed hitter, so this is lefty-lefty. Collins is southpaw. Collins into his windup. Here's the pitch to Milan. And that's 6-3 left-handed. And he grounds it to first for Williams, who takes it to the bag, 1 away. Now Germany, Schaefer. Schaefer, a right-handed hitter. Here's Collins. The pitch to Schaefer. That's 1-7 left-handed. He walked him, so Schaefer is on. He's a B. He'll be held 1-10, 1-13 with Bunny Madden. And now Kid Elberfeld is the batter. Here's Collins now from the stretch. The pitch to Elberfeld. That's 2-3, left-handed against the left-hander, and he grounds it back to Collins, who forces Schaefer. Elberfeld is on with 2 outs. And now Bill Cunningham. 2 outs with Elberfeld on first. Just underway, bottom of the first, no score. Okay, here's Collins. And the pitch to Cunningham. That's 5-9, right-handed. Grounds it to third for Engel, who throws it over. To Williams at first base, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, a walk. And 1 left after 1 were scoreless. Johnson retired the Red Sox in order in the first. He'll face Duffy Lewis to start it off. Here's Johnson now, the pitch to Lewis. That's 3-6 right-handed, and it's a base hit by Lewis. Off of the big train. Lewis on first to start it off. Here's Clyde Engel. He's going to lay it down. They'll bring the infield in. He's an A bunter. Oh, well, we'll see. Well, I'm not sure they'll bring the infield in. It's a back, so he's an A. The pitch to Engel from Johnson. And Engel tries to lay it down. Whoa. And it's a hit back to Johnson, who forces Lewis at second. Beautiful play by Walter. So that's a failed sacrifice attempt, but it's a force out, 1 out. And Engel is on first, being held 1-2, 12. And now Rip Williams. Nice play by Walter Johnson, reacting quickly to that ground ball hit by Engel. Johnson from the stretch, and the pitch to Williams. That's 4-3 right-handed. Base hit to right off of Johnson's card. Engel goes to second. Will he stretch it 1-14? He will hold at 1-12. So it's first and second 1 out for Steve Yerkes. Steve Yerkes. You let me know how it's pronounced. Steve Yerkes. Your guess is as good as mine. Unless you've researched it. Okay, big train from the stretch. The pitch to Yerkes. That's 1-6 right-handed. Grounds it to short. Wait a minute. No one's being held. It's a double play. And that was a beauty. Turned by McBride to Cunningham to Henry. And the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 left. And after we're in the middle of the second, it's a scoreless ball game. Now Big Ray Collins comes out. It's going to be Warren Miller, the right fielder, leading it off. We have no score here, middle of the second. Nice crowd here at Griffith. Remember, Taft is the president. And most likely he's pretty damn close in the White House to wherever Griffith Stadium was. He's in there as we speak, maybe taking a bath in his custom-made bathtub. Okay, here's Collins now. He's ready. It's lefty-lefty here. Look at that card on Miller against left-handers. The pitch from Collins. My God, 2-7, he struck him out. That's the first by Collins. That's the first in the game. Here's John Henry. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon for a ball game. Okay, here's Collins now. The pitch to Henry. That's 2-6 left-handed. Fly ball center. And Tris Speaker is under it, 2 away. And George McBride comes up with 2 down, nobody on. Here's Collins now. The pitch to McBride. And that's 3-8 left-handed. Grounds it back to Collins. Throws it over to Williams, and it's a 1-2-3 for Collins. So after 2, we've got a scoreless ball game. And the big train comes out. Look at his sidearm. Throws his warm-ups as he'll start the top of the third here. The big right-hander, the big train. Take a slow motion look at this sidearm pitch from the big train. It's like a rubber arm, absolutely. In fact, I think they said his arm is rubber. That's not a metaphor. He has a rubber arm. A very, very resilient rubber arm. But that's what he threw with. He threw with a sidearm shot, and he's going to face Bunny Madden here to start off the top of the third. Okay, here's Johnson, he's ready. And the pitch to Madden. That's 111 right-handed. It's a base hit to right off Johnson. Madden is on. Very slow, 1-8. And here's Ray Collins. He's a B bunter. We'll have him lay it down. Let's see about the infield. That infield is back. He'll be a B. And he does lay it down, and that's a 7. 7B, it's thrown out by the first baseman, John Henry, and Madden goes to second. Whoops. I'm going to run out of this tape soon, or one of these days. So Madden on second, 1 down, and Larry Gardner is the batter. Gardner 0 for 1. Okay, here's Johnson now. The pitch to Gardner. That's 210 right-handed, and that's a drive hit out deep by Gardner way back. That's going to drop in and be extra bases. Madden scores, and Gardner into third with a triple. A triple off the big train. It can happen. Larry Gardner with a long triple. It's 1-0 Boston. And here comes Harry Hooper with Gardner on third, 1 out. Here's Johnson now from the stretch. The pitch to Hooper. 3-5 right-handed, base hit. Gardner comes home, 2-0. Two nothing Hooper on first, being held 1-15. We're going to have him go as Tris Speaker comes up. 1-15, being held 1-13, 1-15 with Ains Smith. Here's Johnson from the stretch. The pitch to Speaker, and he's safe. So Hooper swipes second. It's 1 out, Hooper in scoring position now. Here's Tris Speaker. Johnson in trouble here in the third. And the pitch to Speaker. That's 4-5 left-handed. Oh my. That is a fly ball to right. And under it is Miller. He makes the catch. 2 away. That almost flew way out there. It just goes to show you these people are not invincible people. I mean, his ERA was just around 2. It was 1.89. He allowed about 2 earned runs a game. You know, those are 2 runs. It's 2 outs now. And Duffy Lewis comes up. Hooper in scoring position. Johnson's not out of this yet. Okay, here's Johnson now. The pitch to Lewis. That's 5-7 right-handed. Struck him out. And that was the first by the big train. The side is retired. 2 runs for the Red Sox, though, on 3 hits and 1 left on. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd. Washington losing again. They lost the first 2. It's going to be Eddie Ainsmith leading it off, facing Ray Collins. Here's Collins now, the pitch to Ainsmith. 6-8 right-handed, fly ball center, and Speaker makes the catch, 1 away. Here comes Johnson. His first plate appearance, he's a 4 NR. Here's the pitch from Collins. That's 4-8, right-handed. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Ray Collins. 2 outs. Back to the top, Clyde Milan. Grounded to first in the first. It's 2 outs, nobody on. Okay, here's Collins and the pitch to Milan. That's 2-9 left-handed, pops it up to first. And Williams makes the catch, another 1-2-3 for Collins. That's 7 or 8 in a row if you count the force out. A 1-2-3 inning, it's 2-0 after 3. Clyde Engel will lead it off against Walter Johnson and the Senators in the 4th. I think I'll get a little more coffee here. Okay, Engel facing Johnson. Here's the pitch. 2-8, struck him out. That's the 2nd and 2 in a row for the big train. And now Rip Williams, the first baseman. And Upcroft has arrived. Sorry about that, Deb. I had a little trouble getting that out. Upcroft has arrived. Deb Upcroft. Here's the pitch to Williams. That's 5-2 right-handed. Grounds to second. For Cunningham, a 4. That's 11-4, and he forces. He throws him out, I'm sorry, for the 2nd out of this inning. And that brings up Steve Yerkes, or Yerkes, or Yerkes, or Yerkes. 2 outs, nobody on here. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Let's just put it that way. That's 5-12 right-handed. Grounds it to first for Henry. He's a 3, 15-3. I don't like the smell of that. He boots it for an error. I hate that smell. I know that. First error of the ball game. This one by John Henry at first base. Well, don't text and drive there, though. Okay, please, unless you're using voice automated. We don't want any accidents here. So it's 2 outs with Yerkes on first. Johnson trying to get out of this. Bunny Madden is the batter. He singled and scored. Came home on the triple by Gardner. Here's Johnson, the pitch to Madden. That's 6-5, right-handed. Fly ball to right. And under that is Miller, and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, the error, no harm left on. Middle of the fourth, it's 2-0 Boston. The Boston Red Sox. It'll be Schaefer, Elberfeld, and Cunningham here in the bottom of the fourth. Hoo! Ooh-ah. Collins on the mound is not allowed to hit yet. Yeah. Here's Collins now, the pitch to Schaefer. That's 1-8 left-handed, and he flies it to center field. And under it is Tris Speaker, that's one away. Kathy Harden for the Senators. Kid Elberfeld comes up. He reached on a force left on base. When we finish this ball game, we will have finished all games scheduled on this date, April 15, 1911. We have a game, Minnesota at Washington. Speaking of Washington, but it's the expansion Washington team in our 1969 replay. That'll be the end of all games on August 16, 1969. We span 3 centuries here, 1911, actually 2. Yeah, 2. 1969, same century, and then our century. Here's Kid Elberfeld facing Collins. Here's the pitch. That's 6-8, right-hander. And he flies it to center for Speaker again, Speaker. 2 outs. And now Bill Cunningham is the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. No one able to get a piece off Ray Collins today. Schaefer did walk. But that's about it. Here's the pitch to Cunningham. That's 1-5 left-handed. Struck him out. And that's the third for Collins, and another 1-2-3. He's retired 11 in a row. He has a no-hitter through 4. After 4, it's 2-0 Red Sox over the Senators. All right, here's Ray Collins, the pitcher. He had a sacrifice bunt that moved Madden to second in the third inning. The big train, allowing 2 runs in 4 innings. Here's the pitch to Collins now. He's a left-handed hitter. And that's 1-5, struck him out. Number 3 for Johnson today. If you all look, you can go to YouTube and you can, they have a lot of radio broadcasts, old ones. And you can listen to him. He was a radio announcer. And in his older years, it's very cool. I think it was in the 40s, early 40s or something. I don't know when exactly. Maybe it was the late 30s or something. But you go do a search, you'll find it. Get an idea of how he sounded. 1 out, nobody on. Here's Larry Gardner. 1 for 2, had that big triple in the third to bring home Madden. Then he came home on Hooper's base hit. Here's the pitch from Johnson now. 4-8 left-handed, base hit by Gardner. His second hit off Johnson today. Gardner and A being held 1-15, 1-13, 1-15 again. Hooper stole the base in the second. Again, he'll be a 1-15. I'm going to send him with Hooper at the plate. Here's the pitch. There goes Gardner. And he's safe. Second stolen base off Johnson. We used to say Johnson and Ainsmith. It's both. Sometimes it's more the pitcher, sometimes it's more the catcher. In any event, it's Gardner on second scoring position with 1 out and Harry Hooper the batter. Here's Johnson now, the pitch to Hooper. And that's 2-12 right-handed, hit deep by Hooper. And going back is Miller, and he makes the catch. That's the second time Miller has gone deep to make a running catch on a fly ball hit off Johnson. So Johnson, he may have saved a home run there, 2-12. Gardner holds at second, 2 outs. So there's some luck on Johnson's side. And here's Chris Speaker. 334 hitter. Wow. Lots of great players back then. 2 outs, Gardner on second. Johnson trying to get out of this. Here's the pitch to Speaker now. 5-7 left-handed, struck him out, and that was a big one. The 4th by Walter Johnson. And the side is retired, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We're in the middle of the 5th. It's a 2-0 ball game, Red Sox. And here's Ray Collins, who is not allowed a hit yet in this ball game. So Ray Collins flirting with a no-no. Leading it off will be Warren Miller. I think Miller would like to put an end to that. Look at his card. My Jesus. "34 at-bats. They put him in. He obviously couldn't hit left-handers to save his life. That's worse than a number 1 pitcher's card. Okay, we'll let him hit this time. Here's the pitch from Collins. That's 4-6 left-handed. Walked him. All right. Second walk given up, and only the second base runner. Miller is on. And here comes John Henry. He's the tying run at the plate. Here's Collins. And the pitch to Henry. That's 1-4, left-handed. Base hit to right by Henry. Miller goes to second, will hold. Look at Hooper, -4 arm. He sure held. First and second, nobody out. Senators have something going off Ray Collins. That's the first hit of this ball game. Off Collins. Here's George McBride. Tap to Collins in the second. The pitch from Collins. That's 5-9 right-handed. Grounds it to second, forcing Henry. And Miller goes to third. So it's first and third, one out for Eddie Ainsmith. Johnson is on deck. Here's the pitch to Ainsmith. That's 6-4 right-handed. Grounds it to short. Yerkes, a 4. This could be trouble. 8-4, and he boots it for an error. And Miller comes home. Yerkes. Boots it. With 2 outs, that's an unearned run off Collins. But the Nats will take it. It's first and second with 1 out. And here comes the big train. Not a bad hitting pitcher. It's Ainsmith on first, McBride on second. With 1 down. Here's Collins now. The pitch to Johnson. He's a right-handed hitter. He struck him out. That's the 4th for Collins. And now Clyde Milan comes up in a situation. First and second, 2 away. It's a 2-1 ball game now. Here's the pitch from Collins. That's 6-9 left-handed, grounds it to first. Williams has it, he takes it to the bag, and the side is retired. But there was 1 run, an unearned run. Maybe it was earned, maybe it wasn't, I don't know, I don't care. We're not keeping that stat, but what I will tell you is that after 5, it's a 2-1 ball game. So, the big train trying to keep the Nats in this game. He's already let up his 2 runs. He had a 1.89 ERA. Leading it off is Duffy Lewis. 1 for 2 today off the big train. Okay, here's Johnson. He gets the sign from Ainsmith into his windup pitch to Lewis. That's going to be 1-5 right-handed. Base hit by Lewis, the second off of Johnson today. Lewis on first to start it off. And now here's Clyde Engel. Duffy Lewis on first. Clyde is going to lay it down. Let's see where the infield is. He's an A bunter. The infield is back. Clyde lays it down. He's an A. Oh, that's a beauty. 6A. It's hit to third base. Elberfield throws it to first to get Engel. And Lewis goes to second. So Lewis in scoring position with 1 out. Here's Rip Williams. I listened to just the other night, I think it was 2 nights ago, an awesome documentary on the history of baseball from a scholarly point of view. The guy has like 15 lectures. And I really was impressed to learn that by the time this season started, 1911, baseball had already evolved to have so many conventions that we take for granted today. It was just unbelievable. This guy did so much research. It's 1 out, Lewis on second. Johnson, here's the pitch to Williams. That's 3-6 right-handed. Base hit up the middle. This could score Lewis. Oh, he's a Mian is a -2. Lewis coming home. 1-14. 1-12. We'll send him home. Here's the throw from Milan. And he is safe. That makes it a 3-2 ball game. Williams went to second on the throw. So Johnson not quite having a great game. Now Williams on second, 1 out. Here comes Steve Yerkes. 0 for 2 reached on an error. Infield, forget it, irrelevant. Williams on second, 1 out. Pitch from Johnson. 2-7, right-handed, walked him. The big train having troubles today. Our luck, right? Here's Bunny Madden, first and second, 1 out. We'll take a break after this inning to compose ourselves. Okay, the pitch from Johnson, and that's going to be 4-8 right-handed, struck him out. Number 5 for Johnson, 2 away. It's a 3-1 ball game now, and here comes Ray Collins. 0 for 1, a sacrifice bunt. It's Yerkes on first, then Williams on second, 2 down, 1 in, 3-1 Boston. Pitch to Collins, 6-6, left-handed, grounds it to first for Henry. He takes it to the bag, and the side is retired. You got to understand, he lost 13 games. And in this game, he lost this game in real world and allowed 6 runs. So we need to understand this, or at least I do. Another run for Boston. We're in the middle of the 6th. It's a 3-1 game, but don't count these Senators out. We'll be back in about 3 minutes to continue this ball game. Ray Collins is pitching very good baseball, taking a page out of the Walter Johnson book. And while we do that, you'll be able to, this is Ray Collins of the Boston Red Sox, pitching good baseball. And don't think that this guy was not a good pitcher. Sometimes he was. So we'll be back in about 2 minutes. As we take a gander at Ray Collins, who's winning this ball game right now. It's Jeffrey Guterman. This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And there's Ray Collins right there, his card. Well, we are back in Washington. It's 3-1 Boston, threatening a sweep of this first series. Oh, Ron, I'm just Googling. I just Googled, you know what I'm saying? And the first if I find a good picture, you know what I'm saying? I'm not using any one website. You just put in Ray Collins, baseball or Boston Red Sox, and there's so many pictures, you know what I'm saying? Okay, here, speaking of Ray Collins, he's going to face the heart of this order for what it's worth. He's throwing a one-hitter with allowing one unearned run. It's 3-1. Here's Germany Schaefer now. Okay, Collins is ready. Here's the pitch to Schaefer. That's 1-4 left-handed, and that's a drive hit out deep to left center, and that's going to drop in. Speaker is running after it. Schaefer rounding second, and he's into third with a triple. A leadoff triple by Germany Schaefer. And here's Kid Elberfeld. The kid is the tying run. He's 0 for 2. Speaking of Ray Collins. So Schaefer on third, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the sixth. And that woke up the crowd. A long hit. Okay, Collins now with Schaefer on third, no outs. The pitch to Elberfeld. That's 3-6 left-handed. Base hit. Schaefer comes home. It's 3-2. Oh, the fans are cheering. Elberfeld with the single off Collins. Elberfeld is on. And here's Bill Cunningham. A 190 hitter. He isn't a bunter. That's what he'll do. Let's see where the infield is. That's back. He's an A bunter. He's going to lay it down. Here's the pitch from Collins. Laid down by Cunningham, and it's a beauty. Oh, that's pretty. That's hit to first base. Williams throws it to Collins covering the bag. And it is a successful sacrifice bunt by by Cunningham. Now Elberfeld in scoring position with one out. And here comes Warren Miller. Miller struck out and walked. He scored the first run. Came home on Ainsworth's error. The error by Yerkes. Hit by Ainsworth. So the tying run in scoring position here. Let's win this one for Walter. Here's the pitch to Miller. That's 1-8 left-handed, struck him out. Look at that card. God. Oh, well, he played. We'll do it. That's the fifth for Collins, 2 down. And John Henry is the batter in a clutch situation. But at least they got a run there. This is dead ball baseball, folks. Dead ball is not dead. It's quite a lively game. John Henry, a right-handed hitter. 2 outs. Elberfeld on second. Here's the pitch from Collins. 6'4" right-hander, grounded to short. Yerkes, a 4. 16-4. Oh, he boots it. Yerkes with his second error of the ball game. They're going to start calling him Jerkies. Oh, Lord. Again, that's a 16-4. That's a one-base error, advanced one, so Elberfeld goes to third and holds. Second error for Yerkes. And it's going to be up to George McBride. Three-two game now. Okay, here's Collins to pitch to McBride. That's going to be 5-5 right-handed, and that is a double down the line. This might score Henry. Henry rounding third. 5-5 right-handed double to center. Henry rounding third for the tying run. 1-11, my goodness. 2 outs, 1-13, -2, 1-11. He's coming home. Here's the throw from Tris Speaker. And he's safe. It was a decent throw by Speaker, but Henry came in sliding under the tag. Bunny Madden tried to put it on him, but it was too late. And it's a tie ball game now, 3-3. That is an unearned run. The second unearned run allowed by Ray Collins. And the second error by Yerkes. Whew. So McBride on third with 2 outs. It's a 3-3 ball game. And here's Eddie Ainsmith. And Johnson comes out on deck. Okay, Collins trying to get out of this. Here's the pitch to Ainsmith. That's 3-8. Left-handed struck him out. And that's the 6th strikeout for Collins. But 2 runs. One of them unearned. It started with a triple by Schaefer, followed by a single. Elberfeld knocked him home. Cunningham moved him to second on a sacrifice. And then the error again by Yerkes, and then the double, bringing home Henry. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, one fucking minute here. He scored. He went to second. Then this error made it first and third. That's right. Then the double should have brought home Elberfeld. I'm sorry. And then Henry stretched it home. That's 3 runs came in. Do you see how I made that error, folks? I just picked up on it. The Senators are leading 4-3. I just want confirmation from you all. We'll look at it again. One of them is unearned. You see how easy it is to make a mistake there. It's a 4-3 ball game. The Senators are winning. I'd like confirmation if anyone can do it. Let's do it again. Look at this. Get some concentration here. Schaefer tripled. Elberfeld singled him home. Cunningham sacrificed him to second. Then he struck out 2 outs. Then a 1-base error advanced 1. He went to third. It was first and third. Then the double brought home Elberfeld, and that's unearned. That is unearned. And then we stretched Henry home. Yeah. I just did it myself, folks. And that's 2 unearned runs. 3 unearned. Yerkes is really, I feel bad for the guy. And all of a sudden, Walter Johnson winning this game. Does that make sense to everybody? Here's Larry Gardner now to lead it off. He's 2 for 3 off Johnson. how quickly a game can turn. Okay, here's Johnson. The pitch to Gardner. That's 1-5 right-handed. He walked him. I'll tell you, Johnson didn't want to give him anything good to hit after he got a triple and a base hit off him. He's a pretty decent hitter. And that's absolutely true, folks, because he was on third. I'm sorry, he was on second. He was on third after the error. The double brought him home. I missed that. And then he going from first base to second to third on the double, and it was no asterisk stretching him home. Okay, that's for this here, this force out. Just like to let you all know. It's Gardner on first, 1-15, stealing. He's already stolen once. 1-15, hold him 1-13. +2 with Ainsmith, 1-15. We're going to send him. Here's the pitch now to Hooper. And there goes Gardner. And he's safe for his second stolen base of the ball game. Gardner had 27 in real world. So just like that, the walk to Gardner swiped second off Ainsmith. And Johnson now facing Hooper with Gardner in scoring position. Here's Johnson now. The pitch to Hooper. 3-8 right-handed. Base hit! And home comes Gardner with the tying run. Oh, it's a 4-4 ball game. Second run batted in for Hooper today. Hooper an 8. Maybe he'll steal. Eventually, one of these guys will be thrown out. 1-15, being held. That's tough to beat. Here's Johnson now. There goes Hooper. Oh, and he's safe. So the 1 and 2 spots in the lineup, each with 2 stolen bases today. Hooper now in scoring position for Tris Speaker. Johnson's endurance inning is the 9th. Whew, Collins the 8th. We're all tied at 4 now. Here's the pitch to Speaker. That's 110 right-handed. Pops it up to the right side, foul territory. Henry, the first baseman, makes the catch. 1 away. And here's Duffy Lewis. Lewis 2 for 3 off Johnson. The pitch to Lewis. That's 2-9. Right-handed. Grounds it to third. And Hooper holds. 2 away. For Clyde Engel, remember, in real world, Johnson allowed 6 runs in this ball game. I might play a 5 p.m. game. I don't know. I have to do something tonight, so I couldn't do it, but maybe 5 p.m. we'll see. Here's Clyde Engel, 2 outs, Hooper in scoring position, clutch situation for Engel. Pitch from Johnson. And that's going to be 5-7 right-handed, struck him out. And that's the side. 6th strikeout for Johnson. There was a run, though. And it was 7th inning stretch. It's 4-4 ball game. And of course, Walter Johnson will hit here in the bottom of the 7th. Okay, Johnson leading it off. Ray Collins. It's a 4-4 game. Here's the pitch to Johnson. Right-handed hitter, 4-6. And he struck him out. Number 7 for Collins. Now Clyde Milan is the batter. You let me know, anybody, if you look at it where I made an error. No, this was right. Okay, I haven't heard any feedback, but yeah, this is right. Whew, 1 out, nobody on. Here's Milan. 0 for 3 today. Pitch from Collins. That's 111 left-handed. Grounds it to second for Gardner, 2 away. And here's Germany Schaefer. Germany with the big leadoff triple last inning. Now it's a 4-4 ball game. Here's Collins. The pitch to Schaefer. That's 6-9 right-handed. Grounds it to first. And Williams has it, and he takes it to the bag. So it's a 1-2-3 for Collins. We've gone 7. It's a 4-4 ball game. Look, Johnson can have off days, right? Here's Rip Williams, 2 for 3. See this son of a bitch. Jesus. This Yerkes is an everyday player, and he is a 4 at shortstop. That's, that's okay. That means he made a lot of errors, a lot of balls went by him. Okay, here's Johnson now. Pitch to Williams. That's 2-8. Pops it up to short for McBride, 1 away. Here's where Johnson should get tough. Steve Yerkes. 0 for 2, a walk. Reached on an error. Left on both times. 2 very costly errors in this ball game. Here's the pitch from Johnson. And that is a 3-3 right-handed. Grounds it to first. And Henry takes it to the bag, 2 away. And it's Bunny Madden. Bunny Madden is coming up to the batter's box with 2 outs and nobody on. Okay, Johnson is ready. The pitch to Madden. That's 6-9 right-handed. Grounds it to short. McBride, he's a 1. That's 18-1, and he throws him out. And you got to be good to be a 1 at short. A 1-2-3 inning for Johnson. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. We're all tied at 4. And Ray Collins is coming out here. This is his first endurance inning. Kid Elberfeld will lead it off. He's 1 for 3. Okay, Collins. The pitch to Elberfeld. 1-6 left-handed, and that is a base hit by Elberfeld, his second of the game. Elberfeld on first with no outs, and Bill Cunningham is the batter. He had a sacrifice in the 6th. I think we'll do it again. I have the knowledge to know he's a 190 frickin' hitter. Let's check out the infield on this. He's an A bunter. Infield is in. He's a B. And he lays it down. Oh, and it's a beauty. Oh, is that pretty. 5B, it's hit to Collins, and his only play is to first base. His second sacrifice bunt. So Elberfeld in scoring position off Collins. And Warren Miller is the batter. Here is action in the Red Sox bullpen. I'm not sure who that is, but I'll let you know if he comes in. It's one out, Elberfeld on second, and Warren Miller the batter. Oh God, Kathy, look at this guy. I want to check something on the box score to see if they used a pinch hitter for him. Oh, excuse me, because it's a little bit unfair if I do it, unless it was done. Look at that, they did have a pinch hitter, Gabby Street, and Conway came in to right field. We are going to have a pinch hitter. How do you like that? And it's lefty-lefty. They should know better than that. He only had 34 at-bats, man. Jesus. There's going to be a pinch hitter here. Gabby Street. He's not very good, but he is a right-handed hitter. Let me just see here again who they brought in to play. They brought in Charles Conway. He may not even be. Oh my God. He had 3 at-bats all season. He went 1 for 3. We will not use him. Can you believe that? He played in 2 games all season. Poor guy. God. My goodness. Oh God, they have bad fielding on the bench. My God, if you only knew. It'll be Tom Long to play right field. Miller was a good right fielder, but he could not hit to save his life. So Long will play right. And it's going to be Gabby Street pinch hitting for Warren Miller. Gabby Street coming out, picking out one of his bats. Okay, Gabby, in a very tense situation. Gabby Street, a right-handed hitter facing Collins. He pinch hit for Miller in real world. It's a great freaking game, Ron McGrath. You're right again. Elberfeld in scoring position, 1 out. Here's Collins from the stretch. And the pitch to Street. That's 6-12 right-handed. Grounds it back to Collins. Oh my Lord, he's a 5. 3-5. And that goes through for a base hit. And Elberfeld scores with the go-ahead run. It's a 5-4 ball game. Gabby Street does the job. Gabby Street, a part-time catcher. Remember that name. And Collins is 1 hit and or walk away from fatigue. And the next batter will be John Henry. It is a 5-4 ball game. we're gonna just go take a look to see who relieved games for the Red Sox. Not this game, because in real world, Collins went all the way, but he is in terrible danger of fatigue. And I'm going to tell you, remember Smokey Joe Wood is on this team. Okay, Lefty Russell could be used. Let's see if he's in. No, he has no card. The hell is with that? We like to do things right, folks. He only, he pitched. He had a 7.67 ERA, 31 innings pitched. And I think this is wrong anyway, because they only have him on the A's. Go figure. Oh no, that is the A's. I'm so sorry. Oh, bear with me. I like to do things right. Okay, they have not used a relief pitcher in a lot of games. I'm not going to be looking at this anymore. I'm just going to get somebody up, and I think it's going to be Fred Sherry. He's a right-hander. Fred Sherry. Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking for Boston. God damn. You got to be careful, when you don't know these folks very well. I like to do things right. It's going to be Judge Nagel. He had 27 innings pitched for the Red Sox. Judge Nagel. He's a right-hander. He had a 3.33 ERA, if that's what that says. He's warming. The judge is warming. And here's John Henry with Gabby Street. Let's check. Before we move forward, we better be careful, because Gabby Street is a 1-8 running. That's unacceptable. That's just freaking unacceptable. How do you like this guy? Jock Summerlot. It's going to be Ray Morgan. Ray Morgan comes in to run for Gabby Street. He gets a good hand, Gabby, as he runs back into the dugout. And here's John Henry. It's Morgan on first, one down. Collins trying to get out of this. It's a 5-4 game now. Here's the pitch to Henry. That's 6-5, right-handed, grounds it to short. Oh, it's Yerkes again. Might as well make a third error, right? 5-4. No, it goes through for a base hit. Morgan goes to second and holds. And that's it for Ray Collins. We're going to have a little break in the action. Ray Collins has been knocked out of the box. Judge Nagel will be coming in. Collins the loser of record, Johnson the winner. Collins pitched 7 1/3 innings. He allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, 3 of them in this inning. He walked 2, struck out 7, and he has allowed, 3, 4. We'll figure it out later. He's allowed, whatever. Okay. He's allowed 5 runs total. 2 of them earned. And Judge Nagel takes his warm-ups, and he's ready. It's first on second, one out. The judge takes the mound. He's a right-hander. If you're looking ahead to the top of the ninth for the Red Sox, it'll be Nagel, assuming he finishes the inning, Gardner and Hooper. I think there'll be a pinch hitter for Nagel. Here's George McBride. What a game it's been. It's a 5-4 ball game with Gabby Street knocking in the go-ahead run. The pinch hitter. Here's the pitch to McBride. That's going to be 6'9" right-handed, and that is hit into the gap. Oh, Lord, it's dropping, and it's a triple for McBride. Street, whatever his name is, who's running for him? Morgan scores. Henry scores. Oh, my. 4 runs batted in for McBride. Whew. So that's what happened. Street singled and then Henry singled. Yeah, I remember that on the ground ball to Yerkes. So 3 runs in this inning on a triple by McBride. My Lord. And here's Zane Smith, the catcher. Walter Johnson on deck smiling. I like to see Walter smile. 3 runs in, it's a 7-4 ball game. It was tied, and now it's a 7-4 ball game. Here's Zane Smith now with McBride on third, 1 out. Pitch from Nagel. That's 2-6 right-handed. Fly ball to left, and guess what? That's going to be deep enough for McBride to tag. Duffy Lewis makes the catch. That's only the second out, and home comes McBride. And that one's charged to Nagel. We can close out Collins now. 7. He allowed 4 earned and 3 unearned. It's 2 outs. The good news is nobody on. And here comes Walter Johnson, and he gets a good hand. Walter gets a good hand from the hometown crowd. Okay, Nagel now. Full windup. Pitch. Johnson has struck out 3 times. Here's the pitch to Johnson. That's 3-5, and he struck him out a 4th time, but that's okay. There were 4 runs for the Senators. All earned this time. And after 8, it's an 8-4 ball game. Here comes Walter Johnson. And who would you want in this game more than Walter Johnson in the top of the 9th? I don't care how tired he is. I don't care how many runs he's let up. And there's going to, like I thought, I was right, there's going to be a hitter for Judge Nagel. I don't know how I knew that. Woo! Let's see who it's going to be. Like to bring in somebody special. Somebody really special. Oh God, look at this guy. Jesus Christ. Boy, they have a lot of people. This is a surprising pick. It's Olaf Henriksen. Olaf Henriksen. I'm gonna, that could be Scandinavian. I don't know. Norwegian. I don't know what that is. But his name is Olaf Henriksen. He had 93 at-bats. He hit 366, and he's a left-handed hitter. So a surprising pick by the Red Sox manager, Olaf Henriksen. Will step into the batter's box. Lucky him, he gets to face the big train. So here's Olaf. And I'm going to get probably my final cup for the day. It's an 8-4 ball game. Looks like the Senators are on their way to avoid a sweep here. This is likely my final cup of the day, Kathy Harden. Okay, Olaf into the batter's box. Here's Walter Johnson now. The windup and the pitch to Henriksen. 210 right-handed, fly ball to left. Under it is Schaefer, and that's one away. And by the way, playing right field right now, just in case you were wondering, as a reminder, is Tom Long, and he's a 4-0. That's what you get when you pinch hit for Miller, who can't hit the side of a barn, but was a good fielder. So Olaf is retired. And here comes the top of the order, Gardner and Hooper with one out. Both of them have stolen 2 bases today. Red Sox down by 4, top of the 9th, 1 out. The big train on the mound. He may not have pitched his best today, but he sure did not disappoint by bringing the Senators into the 9th with a 4-game lead. Here's Gardner now, left-handed hitter, 2 for 3, walked, stole twice, scored twice. Here's the pitch from Johnson. That's 1-2 right-handed, lines it to second, caught by Cunningham. 2 down. Nice catch by Cunningham, moving to his left. And that's going to bring up Harry Hooper. Hooper 2 for 4, stole 2, knocked in 2. Here's the big train now. Oh, excuse me. He gets the sign from Ainsmith. He's set. Johnson, the windup, and the pitch to Hooper. That's 2-7 right-handed. Fly ball to center. This should end the ball game. Clyde Milan is under it, and the game is over. And what a game it is. Walter Johnson gets the win in his first start of the season. The final score, Washington Senators 8, Boston Red Sox 4. A big comeback by the Senators. Johnson with the win. He's 1-0 now. Collins gets the loss. He's 0-1. I hope you all enjoyed the ball game. Nagel came in, pitched 2/3. Johnson pitched 9. He allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. He walked 2. He struck out 6. And he allowed 4 runs. The Senators, 8 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. The Red Sox, 4 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. So that's it. Here in Washington, As far as these clubs are concerned, this is the end of April 15, 1911. Both of these teams, the Red Sox and the Senators, have an off day on Sunday. This is the beginning of when Sunday games were allowed. I read this. 1911 was the first season that Sunday games were allowed. And they have an off day, a travel day, if you will. And believe it or not, the Red Sox will take a train from Washington to Philadelphia. That is like so close, okay? Relatively close, right? And they'll play the world champion Philadelphia A's on the 17th. As far as the Senators go, they're going to stay home, and they will host the New York Highlanders. So Walter Johnson can enjoy his Sunday with an off day, no travel. Hats off to Walter Johnson. This has been a broadcast of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. Stay strong, everybody. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the game, Kathy Harden. And to everybody else out there, including Ron, Deb Upcroft, and everybody else. Have a great day. It was a good outing, not a great outing for Walter, but I want to tell you something, Kathy Harden. There's one good thing, one great thing about it, and that's that right there. It was a W. Take care, everybody. I don't think I'm up to a game later. I know my limits. Take care, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow morning.